Shark has come out with a brand new robot vacuum, which I think could significantly change the robot vacuum market for the better, not just because of its seriously good specs and features, which we'll take a look at later, but because the robot with those specs and features is being offered at a fraction of the cost of its competitors. We put the new Shark IQ robot self-empty through all of our usual tests, and this video will show all the results and be our review, so links in the description for current prices, and let's get started. I should mention that I did do some consulting work for Shark on this particular robot vacuum, and I even appeared in their infomercial for which I was paid. But as always, I like to think that the way we review vacuums here at Vacuum Wars is pretty straightforward, and it leaves very little room for favoritism on my part. So before we get to the tests, let's talk about the basic stuff with the Shark IQ. This is Shark's first camera-based smart navigation robot vacuum. All of their previous generations have been random navigation robots, meaning that they more or less randomly bounced around to clean your home. But the Shark IQ robot gets its name because it's smart and can intelligently map out and navigate houses in more or less straight lines while working around obstacles. My favorite new feature, though, is only available on the auto-empty version of the Shark IQ robot, which is of course the auto-empty bin. Shark is now one of the very few robot vacuum companies to offer a feature like this, where when the robot automatically docks, a strong motor in the base kicks in and it sucks out the contents of the robot's dustbin. The reason I like this feature so much is that with other robot vacuums, you might have to empty a robot's dustbin once a day, sometimes several times a day, depending on if you have a lot of pets. My point is that you have to pay a lot of attention to it. But with the auto-empty bin, you can basically schedule the robot to clean every day, and if all goes according to plan, you won't even have to think about it until that big bagless bin on the base fills up, which can hold up to 30 days worth of debris. So it honestly feels like you have a real futuristic robot helper doing its own thing, cleaning your house for you instead of just another appliance, and I think it's the future of robot vacuums because that's a cool feeling and you don't get it with normal robot vacuums. And because Shark is offering this bagless auto-empty system at almost half the price of the Roomba i7 Plus and more than half the price of the Roomba S9 Plus, it's probably going to shake things up a bit in the vacuum world. So I started off by measuring the airflow with an anemometer and got an extremely high number, higher than just about every robot vacuum on the market at any price. Its suction power was off the charts as well. This power showed up in several ways, like a really good showing on the crevice pickup test, or like with its ability to pick up debris from hard floors and carpets, where it not only picked up everything from fine debris to large debris very cleanly, but that extra airflow meant that it could easily pick up heavy debris like sand on the first pass, which is pretty rare. I also like that it has two side brushes, which unlike so many robot vacuums are nice and slow, so they don't scatter debris but are still very effective. The Shark IQ robot has 3 power settings, and we found that it was as effective on its low power setting too, for quieter operation or to save battery life. We also tested its ability to deep clean carpets by embedding 100 grams of sand into medium pile carpet, running the vacuum for 5 minutes and weighing the bin to see how much it picked up, and it got 83% twice in a row, which is in the top 4 all-time best scores I've seen on this particular test, and it easily is the best score I've ever seen for a single brush robot vacuum. The Shark IQ robot also has a self-cleaning brush roll, which Shark has invented recently and has been putting on a lot of their vacuums. We tested this by weighing out 1 gram of 5-inch human hair, running the vacuum, and weighing the hair that got caught on the roller. However, in this case, there was nothing to weigh. It had successfully cleared all the hair from the brush after the test, and it means that the Shark IQ robot is in rare company, as very few robot vacuums can do that. Let's move on to the navigation tests. So, like I said, the Shark IQ robot is a smart navigation robot vacuum, and it showed itself to be pretty smart in terms of coverage. It basically makes a kind of rough draft pass first, where it's not as concerned with the details, but because it's smart, it knows exactly where it missed, so after that first pass, it goes to those places and fills in the rest. I also found that it was really good around chair legs. It had a higher than normal threshold climbing ability, and it had a low profile for clearing couches and similar furniture. I have heard rumblings that Shark is working on a no-go zones type of feature, which will be added in a future software update. No-go zones are a feature where you can create virtual barriers in the app for places that you don't want the robot to go. I have no idea what the timeline on that update is, but when it comes out, it will increase the value of the IQ robot that much more. I measured its noise level on low power and it was really quiet at 62 decibels. On its max power it was about average at 70. As far as negative stuff, the main thing is its battery life. Shark says that you can expect about an hour of runtime with the Shark IQ robot, which is below average, but because of its over-the-top power, I would have expected a little shorter runtimes. And as I've said many times, it really doesn't matter what the battery life numbers are with smart robot vacuums that have cameras and the ability to map, because when their battery runs low, they return to the dock automatically, then recharge and resume exactly where they left off. So battery life is much less of an issue than it used to be. In general, I found the Shark IQ Robot Auto Empty to be one of the best overall robot vacuum experiences I've had, and not just because of the freedom that Auto Empty bin system offers, but because it's a very powerful, very smart robot which puts vacuuming and carpet cleaning first. So in terms of value, there isn't anything better right now, especially with that Auto Empty bin, but I do plan on doing some in-depth tests and comparisons with its competitors soon, so be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars for that. Links in the description, and thanks for watching.